come up with a very strange and yet resourceful solution for making short form videos from long form projects in Premiere Pro. I'm not going to ramble, we're going to jump straight into it, but just be aware that you are going to need a Stream Deck or the Stream Deck app to make this happen, and you are going to need to go into Premiere and tweak a couple of things, just assigning some hotkeys, making sure that everything works for you the way that it does for me. All right, let's get into it. Okay, first things first, this is a new layout. I'm working on the overall design of it. I'm trying to go for a really minimal aesthetic, but also make sure that all the information you need is on screen. Let me know what you think of this little overlay. Anyway, so inside of Premiere, this is a video that I edited for my gaming channel. It's just a simple little Fortnite Let's Play. What most people tend to do is to get the final video, put it into a software like Opus, and that will make the clips for you. This method, I think, gives you a little bit more control, and most of it is automated. So let's find a little segment that we can chop up. Alright, so I think it's safe to say that there are no ships in a bottle over here. Okay, so I found the clip that I want to make. So what I'm going to do a little bracket right here, which creates an in point. If you haven't already got those shortcuts set up, you can just right click up here and then go to mark in. I've got keyboard shortcuts set up inside of Premiere to be able to do that. And I found the endpoints. What I'm going to do is mark that out, and then this is going to be our clip. Now, if we go into the Stream Deck app, what I'm going to do is go to the preset that I'm actually going to share with you, and you can download this, tweak it, make sure that it fits to your style and the way that you want to do things. If we open this one up, you'll be able to see that it's just a multi-action sequence with a couple of custom keybinds to be able to change sequence settings and things like that. I'll run you through that in a bit, but for now, let's go ahead and tap it inside of Premiere and see what happens. So what it's doing at the moment, it's taking that clip that we got, it copied it, opened a new sequence, trimmed it to the resolution that we need, and just like that, we have our clips. Everything that was inside of that mark in and mark out is now in the short. Now, naturally, you'd want to either grab all of this and then maybe nest this guy, apply some kind of Gaussian blur, scale it up a little bit. And that honestly would pretty much be your short if you're making some kind of talking head videos or gaming stuff. Super simple and super quick to do. Now, obviously, you can go in and you can change where things are pasted. You can add a transform effect. I use an app called Excalibur, which is this little window right here. And not only does it let you apply effects directly from this little search box, but Excalibur actually works with Premiere to be able to create custom-made sequences and sequence of events like macros, but with filters and effects and things like that. I've got a whole video on Excalibur if that's something you want to learn more about, but for now, let's just focus on this. So once you have this clip that's pretty much ready to go, what I've done with Excalibur, I've actually got this little button right here called background blur short clip. And if we go into Premiere and apply it, what's going to happen is it's going to duplicate all of those layers and make a Gaussian blur, shuffle things around and just make it better. Again, this is all with Excalibur, but it just makes my clips work so much better. I can typically make about 5 to 6 shorts within the space of half hour from one long form video. So now that it's nested, all of these clips, what it's going to do is duplicate them and then add in some adjustment layers, which will give you that nice background blur. It'll desaturate the background and just do a bunch of really cool stuff to make it look better. Then all we have to do here is go in, trim, and we're done. We've got an awesome looking short ready to go. Now, it's not going to be the best short in the world, and the blur function isn't something I can share with you because you need the Excalibur app, but I can walk you through it in another video if that's something you want to see. Now, this clip doesn't have any talking or audio or anything like that like most of mine normally do, but if you wanted to, you could then export this and go to Opus Captions, which is a completely free tool that you can use. You can do 3 short form videos a day without any watermarks or anything. Upload it, and then it will just automatically apply captions. If you head over to my gaming channel, all of my shorts there are made using this tool. Okay, there we go. So that's how you make a clip in 2 minutes, if that, maybe 3 to 4 minutes if you want to add captions and things like that. Now, in the description, there'll be a link to download the Stream Deck profile. Once you've got that imported, let me show you what you're going to have to change in order to make this work for you, because you're not going to have preset keybinds and things like that. Let's walk through it together. So you're going to be getting something like this, which is the little button that I press, and then it's going to run all of these things right here. There's, like I said, it's just a multi-action sequence. You can go in, change everything from frame sizes to whatever you want to, but there are custom keybinds right here that do things like making a subsequence for all tracks, revealing subsequence in the Project Explorer, open subsequence in timeline, timeline. So this is the kind of stuff that you're going to have to change. It sounds a bit complicated, but it really isn't. You can do this. I believe in you. Inside of Premiere Pro, what you're going to want to do is go down to keyboard shortcuts. Then the first one is make subsequence from all tracks. So if we type that exact phrase into here, subsequence from all tracks, there you go. The command that I've got it set as in here is Control-Alt-Shift-1. Next up, we have this guy right here, reveal subsequence in Project Explorer. So for this one, we're going to go ahead and type in reveal and scroll down a little bit and you will find this guy right here, source monitor panel, reveal in project. This one is Control-Alt-Shift-2. Again, change it if you need to, but just make sure they match between the Stream Deck and Premiere. Next up is open subsequence in timeline. For this one, all you're going to want to do is type in open in timeline. And this is the one you want right here, projects panel, open in timeline, Control-Alt-Shift-3. And then finally, your final custom keybind is to open sequence settings. For this one, if you just type in sequence, if I can spell it, settings, there we go, Control-Alt-Shift-4. And that is pretty much it. This should now work for you. There's nothing else you really need to do. If you have any issues with this, let me know. It is pretty straightforward as long as you've got the keybind set up properly, the Stream Deck's working okay. I'm thinking of making a video on Premiere basics and tips and tricks and things that I do to speed up my workflow, like the mark in and mark out stuff that I showed you earlier. Let me know if that's something you want to see, but for now, leave a comment down below if you have any issues. Head over to my store if you want to get a free editing pack that works with Excalibur. It works by itself as a pack, but there's also some paid stuff from there. Either way, just check out the store. There's some cool stuff. That was the best plug ever. All right, I love your faces. You're amazing. You're beautiful. And I will catch you in the next one.